Hi everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel here. It's me, Chef James McInnes, and what are we doing today? This doesn't look like the bar behind me. I'm not doing a reaction video. No, we are finally shooting our first cooking video in what seems like forever. And what am I cooking today? I'm making chicken biryani. Why am I making chicken biryani? By the way, I did this before, last February or March. I'll link it up above my shoulder where you can watch me fail miserably. But why am I doing this here today? Because in October, I started doing reaction videos to Indian food. And everybody in India loves me. Everyone. All 1 billion of you. You guys love me. I'm awesome now. I'm a celebrity. Nah, I'm just kidding with you. I'm not a celebrity, but I am getting most of my views from there. And you've been asking me to cook some of the stuff I'm reacting to. So when I hit 2,000 subscribers last month, I put a poll up. And in my poll, I chose 4 of the videos that I've reacted to, and you voted for me to cook chicken biryani. So today, that's what we're gonna do. Now, I'm not doing. I tried looking at some different recipes, and I didn't quite do that. Since it was the Village Cooking Channel's biryani video, I went back to the Village Cooking Channel, rewatched the video, and in the order that they threw the stuff in the pot: coconut oil, ghee, onion and tomato, coriander and mint leaf, hand-ground ginger paste, hand-ground garlic paste, hand-ground chili paste, curd, which I'm going to be using yogurt, lemon, biryani masala. I have directions here. Let's talk about that first. That, when they had their herbs and their spices out on those big granite rollers, they didn't say what they were. And at least there was an English translation, so I don't know how they made their biryani masala. I do know the other ingredients, because as they were throwing those into the pot, there was English translation. So I went on, I found a biryani masala recipe, and I've got my mortar and pestle out. So I went to an Indian grocery store in my area. I bought a whole bunch of stuff. So I've got some of the spices here, and I've got some of the spices here. I'm going to throw the hard ones into the mortar and pestle first and work on grinding those down. Then I'll add in the smaller ones. I got some garlic to make my own garlic paste. I got some ginger to make my own ginger paste. And when I went to my local fresh produce store, they didn't have chilies. I'm going to be using jalapeno for the heat. I do understand this is going to change the flavor, but this is what I'm going to use. In the Village Cooking Channel, they did whole chicken. My wife will not eat any chicken on the bone. To cut down on the cooking time, I deboned my chicken. Now, they served it over basmati rice. So I've got some basmati rice here. I've got some water. They also included tomatoes and onions in their cooking, so I got those already sliced up. If you don't know how to slice tomatoes and onions, you can check out our culinary skills playlist over my shoulder, where I show you how to do that stuff. And if you don't know how to break down a chicken, well, I've never broken down a chicken for you in the past, but I have broken down a turkey. So you can also check the video over my shoulder on how to break down a turkey. With all that out of the way, I'm going to start grinding down by hand all these pastes and spices. You get to watch a cool time lapse of that. Alright, so as I pointed out before, I had to use jalapenos. I probably could have went to a different grocery store, but I was kind of running low on time that day. Now, it doesn't look like I'm hitting it that hard in the mortar and pestle, but it was pretty loud and obnoxious in the house. I'll tell you, after I was finished doing this, my arm was pretty sore. There was about 15-20 minutes straight between making the 3 pastes and the biryani masala. In fact, halfway through making the biryani masala, I kind of gave up for a minute, and I picked up the nutmeg that I use, and I used a microplane to grate it in, just to give my arm a bit of a rest. I had fun cooking this. It was a good experience to take something that I've reacted to and try to recreate it at home. And that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to recreate the way that the Village Cooking Channel did the biryani in their whole chicken biryani video. I wasn't necessarily trying to make a textbook accurate biryani or something that, you know, everyone would say, hey, that is definitely it. I was trying to recreate their version of it from the reaction video. And going forward, if I'm going to do any cooking videos based off of reaction videos, that's how it's gonna be. I'm gonna try to recreate what's there. Now, if there's enough comments down below that tell me, you know, to try a different version of it, to try, like, you know, maybe, or put my own spin on it now that we've reacted and recreated, to see if if I have the hubris to think I can improve on it. I mean, I'm always up for a challenge like that. Things that might have made it easier, obviously, when I was in the Indian grocery store, I could have bought biryani masala. I could have bought all the pastes. That would have made it a little easier. In hindsight, I probably should have used some chili powder to go along with the jalapeno because my color was way off. It didn't look quite right. Also, I didn't use any cold-pressed coconut oil. I just didn't have any, and it was kind of expensive at the store. So was ghee, and we didn't have any butter for me to clarify in the house. The grocery store that my wife picks up most of our stuff at had plant-based butter, so basically like a soy-based margarine. And since it doesn't have any milk solids, that's what I went with. But I know it didn't add the kind of flavor that ghee would have added. So that's the couple modifications that I made.
நறுக்குன வெங்காயம், நறுக்குன தக்காளி, அரைச்ச மிளகாய் சாந்து, அரைச்ச இஞ்சி, அரைச்ச பூண்டு, தயிர், மல்லித்தழை, புதினா, எலுமிச்சம்பழம் சாறு, நம்மளே செஞ்ச பிரியாணி மசாலா, முழு கோழிக்கறி. அதனால அப்படியே சட்டிக்குள்ள போய் வரும். கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமா தூக்கு கர்றா, தம்சா தூக்கு.
Okay, well, we've just made our attempt at Village Cooking Channel's version of chicken biryani. Let's taste some of the rice here on its own. Very fragrant. Lots of that spice flavor is coming through. You can taste the tomatoes in there. I'm not getting a lot of heat from the jalapenos. I'm wondering how that would have been had I had used chili powder. I gotta say, not a fan of the boiled texture looking on the skin here. I'm just gonna peel that off. Break up some of this chicken. So I'm gonna grab a knife. See how much of that flavor the chicken absorbed. Chicken's cooked all the way through. Chicken's very moist. Okay. Now let's take some chicken and some rice in the same bite. Got some sour cream. It's not bad. This is a lot better than the last time I made chicken biryani. The first time I made it, it was so bad that I was pretty turned off. Making this one so much better. You know, I might actually try getting this from a local Indian restaurant and seeing how theirs compares to this. How much, I'm gonna guess bolder theirs is gonna be. I feel like mine's probably a little on the mild side with the heat and the spice, just because I was kind of eyeballing it without any real direction. But I'm actually happy with this. So if you have any comments or criticisms or any advice to add, put it down below in the comments. Otherwise, I've been Chef James, you've been you, and thanks for watching.